Now let's learn some advanced 3D modeling tools. So first in the line is the rib. In order to understand this, let's create a sketch. Select this plane. Create a center rectangle from this point, from the origin itself. Let's press pull it outwards. Then again, let's create a sketch on this face. Again a center rectangle from the origin itself. And then press pull this one also. Now what we need for a rib is a line from this edge, midpoint of this edge to midpoint of this edge, or it can be any point, but we are selecting midpoints of these two edges. In order to do that, let's create a sketch on this particular plane. Now create a line, but as you can see, this line command is not snapping to the extruded portion that we have created. So what we will do, we will switch on snap in the sketch palette. Now it will snap. Finish the sketch, and now we are all set to create a rib. So just go to create toolbar followed by rib, and then select the profile. Then you have to provide the thickness. Let's say it's 10. It's in opposite direction, so you can flip it. Now the extent type is to next. What we can do, we can give it a distance, and in that way we can provide the distance up to which the rib is required for us. You can change the direction to one direction, as you can see, or equal direction or symmetry. The next tool is a shell. For that, what we will do, we will again, on second thought, let's delete certain things in the timeline. Let's use the old 3D model only. Just right click, press pull, and let's provide some fillets in the bottom edges. Let's select everything in the bottom. Yeah, I think everything is selected. Let's give the radius as 5. Click on OK. Now we are going to create a shell from this particular surface. So as soon as I click here, we have to provide a thickness. Let's say it's 2 mm, and the shell is created. Now here you can change the direction. You can make the shell from the inside, or you can make it symmetric, and you can use these handles to change the thickness as well. So let's make the inside thickness as 3. Let it be inside only, and press OK. Now the next command is web. Now to create a web, we need to create a sketch on this surface. So let's create a sketch. Let's create certain lines. So as soon as the sketch is complete, we can invoke the web command and we can select the profile. Let's say I'm selecting this one, and the extent type I'm selecting to next. So notice what is happening. It is extending to the next sketch entity. So if we don't want that, we can make it to distance. Let's provide thickness and the extent, and the web will be created. Let it be 2. Let the extent up to which it can go is 10. You can also flip the direction. You can make it one-sided or symmetric. Now let's say we want all the sketch entities to be created as a web, so we have to select it. Press Ctrl, select them both, make it to next, and see the web is created everywhere. And if you don't want to be extended to the next surface, you can make it again to distance, provide the distances, the web will be created. Moving on, let's delete some features from the timeline. The next command is draft. In order to create a draft, first we have to create a midplane between these two surfaces, the top and the bottom. So for that, we will go to construct toolbar again, midplane, select this one, select this one, and press OK. Let's click on draft from modified toolbar. Select the pull direction. Pull direction would be always the plane that we have created, and select the faces. Let's select a face normal to it, and then you can provide angular direction. At any point, if you want to change something in the feature, you can always go to the timeline, right click and edit feature. Now here we can also flip the pull direction, and we can make the draft as two-sided, and then we will have two angular inclinations. Let's hide the construction. And next we have combine. Now for combine, let's create a sketch over this one. Let's create a circle. Press pull it. And let's say by mistake the operation was a new body. Let's click this. Now let's check in the browser. We are having two bodies. This bottom one with the draft and the top one that we have created right now. So for these kind of situations, what we need is a combine tool. To select it, select a target body and select a tool body and use join. Click on OK, and as you can see, these two bodies are now a singular body. Let's remove these two, even the sketch also. Now the last advanced tool is scale. It is quite similar to what we have learned in the sketching itself. So just invoke this one, select the entities, and then provide the scale. Let's say it's 0.5. We are selecting this point. Let's select some other point. Let's say this one. So it will be scaled in the reference of that particular point. Let's provide it 2. It will double. Let it be 1.5. So that's it for some advanced editing tools of 3D modeling. In the next lecture, we will learn some miscellaneous tools that are not covered in the basic, intermediate and advanced tools because they doesn't fit anywhere.